can they leave Davido alone? Is it because he's a superstar and he has money? We have a lot of people who don't know their fathers and they are not looking to go and find anybody. Out of respect for the young girl and her mental health, Davido decided to put himself through, even when he can still say that I did not have anything to do with this woman. If I've done one DNA of paternity negative, made the second one of paternity negative, made the third one of she himself will not let me continue, you know, doing more. Because what am I looking for? Am I looking for somebody, or by divine help that they now infuse one positive inside? It's not.
I want to play devil advocate a little. You said they should leave Davido alone. Why did they leave Davido alone?
Okay.
Let me tell you, Davido on his own, he created this issue around him. Is he the only celebrity? Yes, now. But Davido, wait first. Are you Davido? But the fact remains that Davido was not a chase guy, basically they call him. Like, he was not a young boy. Excuse me. Are you enabling a bad character?
He has come out, he has proved himself. One thing I like about Davido is this, is that he loves his fans. Moyo, five DNA tests, and all of them came out negative. What is she looking for? What do they want from him?
So a teenage girl claiming to be Davido's first daughter has publicly called for a DNA test to establish her paternity, a request the Afrobeats star has firmly rejected, saying multiple tests have already proven he is not her father. So ladies, you know, we'd like to hear your thoughts when you read this plea from the young girl, and what you thought of Davido's response. We'd also like for our viewers to join the conversation on 0201-635-2013 or 0902-416-3440. You can also tweet to us at TVC Connect using the hashtag YourViewTVC, and we're streaming live on YouTube. So ladies, when you heard this story, I had been hearing the story for a while now. You know, the picture of the girl usually beside her mother, and she claimed that she had met Davido many years ago. He got her pregnant and left her, and she would complain because it seemed like with the other women in his life, he was willing to father and accept those children, but with her particularly, you know, he was unwilling. And now we're hearing that several DNA tests have been done.
Five, according
to Davido, that 5 have been done, and all show that he's not the father. And now the girl herself, who has said she's of age, she's now 13, right? And she's now asking directly for herself with him, and Davido is saying, I'm done. I'm not doing this anymore. What do you think of this whole case?
It's crazy, man.
I know.
It's crazy. When I saw the story, I'm like, can they leave Davido alone? Can they leave Davido alone? Is it because he's a superstar and he has money? We have a lot of people who don't know their fathers and they are not looking to go and find anybody. Now you have gone to meet him. He has accepted to do DNA. According to Davido, he also says that he did not have anything to do with the mother. So I'm asking myself, if you didn't have anything to do with the mother, why did you accept in the first place to even do DNA? Well, it's possible he could have forgotten. You know, yes, you can forget. You can do and forget over the years.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's very possible because of how, you know, randy he's been, and he was a young man. You meet a lot of people and all that. So I'm sure he, out of respect for the young girl and her mental health, Davido decided to put himself through, even when he can still say that I did not have anything to do with this woman. To put himself through going to do a DNA 5 times, 3 of his own hospital and 2 of the girl's hospital, so that in case you are thinking there's foul play, your own hospital is involved, and everything came out negative. They should leave this young man alone so that he can face his family. I don't know what the young girl is thinking. I don't know the stories the mother may have told her, right?
So but
imagine. If I've done one DNA of paternity negative, made the second one of paternity negative, made the third one of she himself will not let me continue, you know, doing more. Because what am I looking for? Am I looking for somebody, or by divine help that they now infuse one positive inside? It's not. And these DNAs from the different hospitals, they cannot all lie, right? So I think at this point, she should have a conversation with the mother and they should rest the case. She should look at her mother in the face.
She's a 13-year-old.
Yeah, and say, Mommy, can we leave this? It is not it.
Yes.
Please, who else?
But imagine if you thought that your father could be Davido and you're 13.
I'm telling
you would chase it and find out. Please, who would like to go next?
Okay, I can also say Davido, maybe he did this paternity test or this DNA, from a point of, when you're accused of something and probably you have this strong conviction to say, it's not me, I'm going to prove it, maybe that's why I know that. But I want to play devil advocate a little. You said they should leave Davido alone. Why did they leave Davido alone?
Okay.
Let me tell you, Davido on his own, he created this issue around him. Is he the only celebrity? There are some other celebrities without stigma or without stain. They decide that, okay, they want to be a celebrity, but they still decide that they're going to be righteous, pious, responsible, whatever you want to call it. Yes, now. But Davido, wait first. Are you Davido? I said, let me be devil advocate.
All right.
Now, Davido on his own, we all know his history.
Okay.
We know say Davido is always a piam. Before, okay, let's say
what's the English version of that?
Piam.
Yes.
Piam.
What does it mean?
Piam. Now let's leave it like that. So now, not one, not two. Women has come. Yes, we know that Davido doesn't deny his own. So probably, yes, that's a point for him. But the fact remains that Davido was not a chase guy, basically they call him like he was not
a young boy.
Excuse me. Are you enabling a bad character? Are they not young men growing up that they are not doing this? Or are you telling me that they are responsible men?
What I'm trying to say is that he was a young boy making his mistakes and probably someone is taking advantage of his mistakes.
Are you saying at the age of 18 you don't know the outcome of having, that even shows that he was even having unprotected pokri.
He has children.
No, that's what I'm saying. That means that's not a responsible life.
I need a dictionary next time you're on the show to be looking at the
video. It's just like, I'll use this. Let me leave the context a bit of Davido. I'm a thief. Oh, no, I'm not using myself. Somebody's a thief. The person has been stealing. All of a sudden, the person now became a whole new leaf. But everybody already knows that person as a criminal, as a thief. So if your phone meets here, you will say it is that person. Okay. You will suspect that person, even if it is not the person. If the person said, it's not me. The boy that cried wolf. At the end of the day, when the wolf came to eat him, did anybody come to help him? No. So Davido now is not paying for the so-called mistake you said he's doing in the past.
Okay, we understand.
People can now boldly come and say, Davido did this to me because that's his history.
The DNA test that he's done, what does that mean?
Exactly. Have I seen the result? How do I know? Has he agreed? No, but how many of them have Cubana agree? Okay, his own.
You make a question there, Ramatu. What do you think?
Okay, yeah, so it's true because he has lived a reckless. Yeah, it's true because he has lived a reckless life before.
Thank you, reckless.
That's why I think all of these things are coming up. But he has come out, he has proved himself. One thing I like about Davido is that he loves his fans. And he always tries as much as possible to make sure that, they are okay and nothing is held against him. So I think that was why he went for that test. But I mean, Moyo, five DNA tests, and all of them came out negative. What is she looking for? What do they want from him? And me now, I'm beginning to think maybe he's not this Davido. Then in secondary school, you have so many Davido. David P. Adeleke, David C. Adeleke. Maybe it's not this one. Do you understand? And then, something came out. So many names. But please, I know why they want.
You are shouting five DNA
tests.
How do you
Two from our own hospital.
How do
she said it now.
He said, is there any proof? And how do you know that? No, I don't call for me. Just bring devil advocate. How do we know that?
It's good to ask the questions.
Based on the fact, say, he's popular, he's rich, he can do things and get away with it. How do you know that he has not settled?
He has not settled. But I don't think...
let me leave it like that. So,
I read somewhere in one of the comments. Okay, so I read somewhere in one of the comments. They said that family, they don't throw away their children. So they don't throw away their children. So if it's his own, I think... I can't vouch for him. I don't know him very well. But I know that he'll be responsible. Because so far, he has kids outside wedlock now. We can see how much he's taking good care of them. He shows up as a father as much as possible. And now this guy has come out and said he has turned a new leaf. Why is everyone coming out? Everywhere coming out and saying,
now.
So but trying to make sure that he's clean. Yeah. It's okay. Seriously.
I wanted to say that I think at this point we need to start asking the woman the questions of how many people she had interactions with at the time she got pregnant for this lady.
And she was an escort, according to what I heard.
You're just telling me now. Should have told me from the beginning.
Allegedly. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so she needs to tell us how many people that's Banyeba, right? Then we can now start, okay, Davido has cancelled. James on a day, can cancel it. Made DNA for that one.
But does Davido need to be involved in that process?
No, I said it from the beginning that they should leave Davido alone. Okay. He has done his part. The girl now and the mother need to go and have their own private, we don't even need to see, their private conversation, and she needs to be open to her child since the child is now asking these questions. It's possible the child did not start asking who my father is. It's possible she's the one that started, because at that age, I don't think children would ask, but they will not push to say, let's do a DNA. Yeah. They won't go to the extent of coming out to say, let us test it. There's a push somewhere, and it's definitely the mother who is pushing because it's Davido. So now that Davido has cancelled, the other people that banjied at that time should still go and check so that they too will cancel. Let's know who this girl needs to know who her father is because she's been asking. People make mistakes. A lot of us were lucky because at the time we were making our mistakes, there was no social media to hold it against us.
And you were not a popular music star.
Thank you. We're in our villages, in our different schools, in our different cocoons, and people were cancelling mistakes up and down. And today, there's no landmark. There's something somebody told me when I was 16. At the time, there was an option of we found a job in the UK for you to come and model. Yeah. And my father was of the opinion that I'm not going to allow you do that. You have to finish school first. Once you finish university, any other thing you want to be, I will not stop you. So this guy had this conversation with me and now said that as I go in life, I should be very careful not to make a landmark mistake, right? Because as a young person, you make mistakes, things will happen. But what stops people is when they now make a landmark mistakes that as you are working every day, you're waking up every day, you are looking at your mistake. It can derail them. Now, we are in a world that is a bit more compassionate. Even with those mistakes, we don't see them as mistakes anymore. We say this is what God has planned, this is how it's supposed to have happened. We find a way to put the positives on it. But at the time we were growing up, mistakes were mistakes. So if you for instance you have a child out of wedlock, from where I'm coming from, you are disowned. Nobody will take care of you. You are
male
left
or
on
female?
The street. Female.
The boy is allowed to go and try. But I just wanted to say, I feel like we've established whether this child is his or not based on DNA. But this is not the first time that this has happened. Recently, I think they just finally threw out a case against Jay-Z. This young man he and his mother had been claiming that he was the boy's father for many years. And finally they went to court and it's been thrown out, like it's baseless, there's nothing. And I wonder what Davido can do next. So I'm wondering about what this means for people in the limelight, for people who are popular or who are making a lot of money, these sort of claims that come, what are the things that they need to put in place going forward? Do you understand my question? Yes. What are the sort of things that they need to protect themselves against going forward? And what step can he take himself legally against this allegation or accusation, since he's proven that he's not the father, to deter other women who may feel like this? Because I think what we haven't really talked about is that there are some people that this is how they make their money. Yes. So it's either she makes money from this or she gets famous from this, What are the steps, or have there been other situations where you've seen something like this, and how did that pan out?
For me, a strong deterrent is very important. Davido should not be, because I know he has a kind heart. Yeah. He's a very forgiving person. God has blessed him with it. But even in forgiveness, even if we go to the scriptures, God will still forgive you of your sin. But you see that punishment, you will collect it. He forgave David for killing Bathsheba, killing the husband and taking the wife. But he told him that your house will upturn. And he collected his own punishment. So Davido needs to make a statement by suing this woman for this stress.
I think I agree.
Sue this, I don't want to, the word that entered my mouth, I don't want to use it. Sue this woman. Sue her. Just sue her for this stress.
Okay.
Sue her to the extent that any other person that wants to think of, let me target RMD, let me target Davido, let me target Two-Face, will say, Omo, if I go and it's a lie, what I recollect, I don't think I have the energy for it. So that people will leave these people alone. They have a lot of issues. They have a lot of temptations because of their status, their gifts and all of that. And then you bring your own to add to their own problems that they have already. I think it's unfair and we need to do better. Go and hustle and take care of your children.
Yeah, on that note, let's go on a short break. When we come back, we'll continue with our conversation. Don't go anywhere.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
Thank you for staying with us. So Ramota was saying that this has happened to other people in different countries. And in those countries, they have a way that they handle it. How do you think Davido should handle this? Okay,
so for me, I think he should sue her, just like what BC said. I think he should sue her. But another thing I would suggest is that since he has done all those tests, he should bring them out to the public. He should show the public, since he has come out, in public to say these are the things going on. So another thing is for him, I think he should do another test just because she's asking. Even though if he's my child doing tests up and down,
how many tests does he need to do before?
So, but then let him just publish it. Let him publish the ones he has done, and let him list the hospital, just like because I saw the conversation between him and her, and she was saying that where are the hospitals, what are the, all of those things. So he should make it open now. Since the girl is coming out and saying all of this, he should just make it open. And then this is just a lesson for everyone. Make sure that we live
No, some people have, I know we want to make it about Davido's past, but there are some people who have lived really good, righteous, pious lives and have still been accused of things like that until they were finally proven innocent.
But most times, when things like that happen, you see a lot of Nigerians or a lot of people supporting and saying, no, this person is not of this kind of character. So sometimes when we do things and we just say we are just randy or we are just doing things, not thinking about the future, saying we are young back then, nothing like that. Because every action, every deed you take, no matter how you want to claim it's a mistake, you had a choice. You had a conscience that was telling you, but you didn't care. So at the end of the day, your past actions or your past sins, we are all sinners. And I'm not saying I'm a saint. And I'm not saying that there are things I did not regret doing in the past. But for me to shy away from my own mistake and say, hey, but I've repented now, or hey, I've done. No, your actions is definitely going to meet you in the front. It's just like that. That's what the ripple effect of the choices of your actions going on.
Before you get in there, let's get this call. Chinwe is on the phone from Ojota. Good morning, Chinwe.
Yeah, good morning, ma'am.
Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Okay. About the lady that's claiming that the video got her pregnant.
Yes.
It's not too bad that a lady should come out and say that a man got her pregnant. And what I like Davido is that Davido is a striker.
Okay.
He's a striker just like me, because I don't thief, I don't drink, I don't smoke, I strike, and I don't deny what I do. So when you see people who are proud of what they do, because I don't see somebody who organized somebody who committed a crime. Hence a man who humanized and he's proud, and he doesn't go to people's wife. You go to single ladies. So I don't see anything wrong with it. So let that lady, hence they don't have agreed to do the first DNA test. Let that lady go and find where she got that pregnant. Because I don't think that Davido knows anything about that pregnancy. But that woman on white scarf should stop condemning Davido, because Davido has.
Okay, thank you, Chira, for your contribution. You were saying more before.
Okay, so he said the woman on white scarf should not. I'm just following what I know already that has been happening before. I'm not saying Davido is the owner. Let me make it clear. I'm not saying Davido is the father. I'm only saying based on what he has been doing in the past.
I understand why,
like and we need to also understand the girl's mental state. She said everybody will want to know their family history or heritage. Now, Davido has come out to say he has done 5 DNA tests, but that is Davido's word. And if we want to be factual, we need concrete proof. No, be so. In life, there's proof. If you want to go to court, you need proof to say, oh, this is it, oh, I've done this, I've done that. Because there's a post now, we don't know how true it is, so let's just say allegedly. Now there's a post from the woman complaining about everything, accusing, she's even making a lot of accusation here, stating that it's even a fake, it's a lab they went to, and she was even saying that the person there was a fake Nollywood actor that they paid to come and do it, blah, blah, blah. So there are a lot of accusation that she's even accusing here. Let's just say, yes, exactly. So she's even saying that the language use was bad, and that, you know, she's going to request for the US State Department to contact the embassy in Lagos or Abuja to help supervise and witness a clean, independent DNA, which is a good step.
Fair. But let's hear what Lucy has to say. Lucy from Your Boy has called. Good morning, Lucy.
Hello, good morning, madam.
Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
We can hear you, Lucy. Go ahead.
Okay. What I'm trying to say is that after going for 5 tests and the same result is the same coming out, there's a saying in those days that our mother used to tell us, it's a woman that knows who owns a child. So we have to ask the woman, who is the father of this young girl? There is no need of bothering like Davido or this or that. Let the girl ask the mother, who is my father? She knows the one. In those days when there was no test or not, they will always ask a woman, who is the owner of this child? So let her tell them the father of the girl. Thank you very much. God bless.
Thank you, Lucy. I know a lot of you saw that drama. I was just asking for more volume, that's all.
Okay, so she's, you know, she's a young girl, and I don't know what she's expecting. I know of somebody that's, at some point he's been staying with his mom. Then he was far older, like 20-something, and he said he really wanted to meet his dad. And he came and was looking for his dad. The mom said she cannot remember, but she knows it's between this person, this person, this person. So she should find out between these 3 people who the father is. So he came around, and then he was able to meet them, and they were reasonable people, and they were like, yeah, I really know your mom and everything. I knew her that time.
We had something.
We had something. So they decided to go and do a test. One of them accepted. At the end of the day, the result came out, and one of them was truly his dad. And that his dad was a rich man. So what he expected was what he got. But at the end of the day, the father, that man that was his father, refused to play that role of a father. So they should prepare her, even after, if he agrees to do the test, whatever it is that she's expecting in her mind, though,
she may not get
it. She should not expect it, because after the test, if, let's say, Davido happens to be her dad, and if Davido refuses to carry out his fatherly responsibility, she should just expect that, okay, this is her, exactly.
And
so because if there's a motive or there's something she's after.
I mean, that brings us to the question of this mental health, especially when we're dealing with a 13-year-old. And who should be held accountable in this case? If it turns out, so this is a mother that is insisting that this is your father, and this 13-year-old now is old enough to now, by herself, independently reach out to this supposed dad. Imagine, can we talk about what this would mean for her, whether it turns out that he is her father or not?
So this is my forte, talking about teenagers and how we can help their mental health. I think the mother has not protected this child one bit. Your first responsibility as a parent, I always say, unfortunately, many people just get married, have the children without really thinking through what they are bringing into the earth and how they intend to protect that child. Your first responsibility is to protect, to love, and to protect your children to the best of your ability, no matter how long that you can, as far as you can, as long as you can, right? And you already know that by the standards of society, you have somewhat made a mistake. Now the mistake is because you are not exactly sure who the father is. It's not that you had something to do, of course. People are allowed to have sexual relationships, sexual relations with other people, but you are not very sure of who the father is. I would have expected that you hoard the information from this child till she's of age to understand. We've seen mothers who, the daughter will say, who is my daddy? they will say, don't worry, we'll talk about it later. They can push this.
So the way she has handled this
yes,
shows that
she has not paid attention to the mental health of this teenager. Teenagers are still developing. They are in the precipice of, I'm an adult, I am not an adult. I'm an adult, I'm a child. Their brain has not fully developed. Their prefrontal cortex is still developing. They are still finding out about their identity. Who am I not? Life can change in any way, and they are affected negatively. We are constantly, I wrote a book on empowering teenagers. And it was so important to me because I knew as a teenager some of the things that I went through that I felt I was not really protected enough. My parents did not protect me enough. And it affected me into adulthood that I had to start doing therapy for till today. Yeah. So it's not a joke. She has missed it here. I think at this moment she should take herself off social media, make peace with that girl, make her understand. That's Ramatu's point, which is ensure that you are not expecting anything in case would also help to cushion the mental health effect. I wonder how we can do that with a 13-year-old. She's so young. We have Hassan on the line. Good morning, Hassan.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Please, I want to say something here. I can see all of you, majority of you on that executive table are on the side of Davido. Please. In this sense of it, it's good for us to be proactive, not to be defensive.
Okay.
The whole blame goes to Davido, no matter what. You see, women knew what they are doing. They know what they are doing. When it comes to this sexual relationship, they know what they are doing. In the sense that any woman you wanted to have any relationship, sexual relationship with, and you came up with your condom, she knows, you know what they are doing, and you are not ready for nonsense. You see, all the blame goes to Davido. It's not an irresponsible, it's an irresponsible president. I'm very sorry to say this one here. Right from day one, he started wrongly. And up to tomorrow, he's still having the same problem.
Oh, really?
Recently, a lady from US came up with the same thing. You see, this innocent girl you are seeing, she was bullied in school for not having a father. And it's a matter of concern for her.
Okay.
Before I come to the mother is an irresponsible mother. Because women now are gold diggers. Gold diggers. Because they don't want to work, they don't want to do anything. All they rely on is for a man to go and work and do whatsoever. They are looking for successful men to have children with. That's why you have single mothers all around, everywhere. Wow. We see it happening now, and nobody is talking. But Davido, as a person, as any man, this message is for men. That look, please, if you must go immoral, if you cannot hold it, please go with your condom, please. And women knows what they are doing. Any man that comes up with condom, they will never come up with anything called child outside wedlock. They will never do that with him. They knew. But people are sleeping in this era of HIV, in this era of hepatitis, in this era of many sexually transmitted diseases. Somebody of his caliber still sleeping with women around nakedly.
This child is 13 years old and he's done 5 DNA tests. What do you think he can do again to prove
Madam.
that he's not? Yes, I'm listening. Looks like we lost him.
Can I?
Okay.
So I just want to say, I didn't support Davido. I've said it that Davido has already created this issue for himself from the past life. So even if he's changing now, it's going to be a very difficult thing because that is the kind of person that he has been. And I said it earlier on that he wasn't even protecting himself. Now you say he has changed, but we keep forgetting that some things we do is the ripple effect. I said it before, and it also has spiritual implication.
Okay.
Forget the fact, some people just feel like spiritual implication is only just about losing money financially or anything like that. When you live a wayward life, and you are even living a wayward life without even protection? What was
I think the
expecting?
question I want to find out is that because I have sinned before, and if I retrace my steps, I can never be forgiven?
No, nobody's saying you can never be forgiven. But you should understand that there's always consequences for our action. There's repercussion for our actions. Our past deeds that we've done. Do you think everything is going to go away? Okay, now you got pregnant. Let me just say, for example, I was wayward. Maybe I was an escort in my past life, right? Or can I use that word? Past life, I'm a brand new person again. But maybe I've gotten some sexually transmitted disease. Or maybe I have unwanted pregnancy. Is it going to go away just because I've changed a new leaf? No.
It will not go away, but you can do DNA tests to confirm if it's yours.
So
you can get treatments.
But don't forget that your action now, your past action now is affecting your future because it's affecting your child's mental health now.
Okay, so let me say something.
The woman should have done the DNA a long time ago. This thing she wants to do.
So now I want to think about the girl child. You understand? She's just 13. Say I was in her mother's shoes. I've tried to reach out to Davido, and Davido has done, like what he said, he has done 5 tests. Let's say he didn't even do it or something. For me, if he comes out and he says he doesn't want to claim the girl, I will take my child back. Do you understand? I'll cook up a very beautiful story that will help her mentally. Because all of these things, she said she was bullied in school and all. Now she has even exposed the story more. She has exposed herself. And she's not mentally, she's not in that mental space to be able to handle the backlash that will come from this. So I'll protect my child. I'll give her all the stories that will make her, I can even go as far as lying, just to make sure that her mental state is in place. You understand?
That's what I expect,
So that's what the mother should have done from the beginning, and then let Davido be. You know,
that's an ideal situation, but that's not the situation we're facing here. Right now. We're looking at, I think Hassan sort of, touched on it a bit. We're looking at a society where we're saying, if he happens to be her father and he has all this money, why should I cook up a story when we can get out of this largesse and take care of his child? Why should we be ideal? Why should the father be, let's go and I'll cook up the story? How old is the girl in question, the mother in question too? Seemed to have been a young girl, when all this happened. And if, if someone can pay the bills, why should I keep paying the bills?
Yes, but their history has shown us over the years that there are fathers who will still have all the money and refuse to take care of a particular child. And there's nothing anybody can do about it. Even when you take the matter to court, they can say, I'm not earning so and so, or you drop 500 naira every month. And even that 500 naira, after 1 month, 2 months, he will not drop, and heaven will not fall. And when that child becomes successful tomorrow, you say, let me go and still look for the same father that was a deadbeat father. We've seen that. So there are no absolutes. There's nothing you could have done that may have a different outlook. There are people who, they've not lived any rough life. Somebody just wants to target them and say there's a popular, I don't want to mention his name, he's a gospel singer that was targeted. Somebody say he gave somebody belly, and the way the guy shouted and rained fire and Holy Ghost, the person had to retract. They saw a baby and they said the baby looked exactly
like yes. I remember that story.
How do you see such a person? That you can even track his life, his career, his attitude, his character. You can track it. He doesn't hide it. And you target that person to come and do that kind of thing too. So Davido is a small fish as far as I'm concerned. Because make woman not mean you. A woman can just mean you and decide to ruin your life. And there's nothing. Even the Bible said it. A woman that's scorned, not even go there. So it's not about, so I'm not exonerating Davido for living the way he lived life. That's different. This could have come, this may not have come. He's not the only musician that lives this way. And there are some that people, they will just look at you and feel like, I cannot try this person. Davido is nice. Davido has a very good personality. He's friendly, he's accommodating, he's generous. So people can sit back and say, how do I get something out of this person? How do I take advantage of this person because of who he is? There are other people they are doing, if they enter here, they will do several people here and they will move on. And you dare not come close to them to say, I want to accuse you of something.
Because they are not accessible.
They are not accessible. So because it's accessible, it's possible this may just be something somebody's doing. But whether he has money or not, he still has a choice to say, I'm not taking, people reject children now.
Yes, I'm
I am not spending on you. We don't have that relationship. Go and train your child, and heaven will not fall. Yeah. So this woman, like you rightly said, needs to prepare that child's mind. If actually Davido is the father, he may choose not to accept her.
You know, and brilliant. You know, there's I want us to go a little backwards when we're talking about DNA. You took her message, and she wants a more public DNA testing. I feel that we should talk about that. Is he obligated to do a public DNA testing? Should he be forced to do that? Is it not against his own right as a person? Since privately he's been able to prove that he's not the father.
Okay, so for me personally, first of all, I even want to establish something. Sorry. I don't even like the way he responded to the girl. Do you understand? Yes, she may have come to his DM several times, and the way the words he used, he's supposed to understand that that's a child he's talking to. So there's a way he's supposed to behave. Like he doesn't have to be her father biologically, but he can be a father and just, okay, this is what's happening, I can see let me see what I can do about it.
What if he responds that?
But he was just responding and using some kind of words on her, and so that alone too can even make her feel terrible about herself. And then the question you asked, you said,
so should he do a public DNA test? So and who will pay for the DNA?
He will have to pay for it because of course they don't have that kind of money.
Shouldn't the burden be on the person that's trying to prove?
He should do it just for the sake of the child. He should do it for the sake of the child, because this time around it's the child that reached out.
Moyo, what do you think?
So okay, since we are not lawyers, legal, so I checked and they said yes, a man can be legally compelled by a court to take a DNA test, especially in paternity or child support case.
A public one.
Yes, a man can be forced, but physical force isn't used. Refusal leads to serious legal consequences, such as the courts presuming him to be the father and ordering child support, which can result in wage garnishment. While it infringes on privacy, courts prioritize the child's welfare, making refusal detrimental, as it often results in automatic paternity being assigned. So if he refuses it, he will be forced to be the father. So that is why he had to do the DNA test. Now, the lady in question is debunking that DNA test, saying it is not right. He used his blah, 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 his connection to do it. It's not a lab everything. So now she's saying she's going to reach out to the US consul, and they are going to do their own public legal, in her own words, legal DNA. So this is what I wish she has done earlier on. Instead of this torment and torture that the child is going through. Jonathan, stretching it. That way, you would have known yes or no, and you'd have told your child, oh, I'm sorry, this is the life I also lived, and I thought he was the one. He's not the one. Let's move on and, show love to your child and all that. But, well, it's never too late, though. But I'm just saying that Davido's word of saying he has done 5 DNA tests is just his word. That's what I'm taking. It's just his
that
word.
law that you read now, you're forgetting to add the clause of we're in Nigeria.
Exactly. The court is still the court.
The court is still the court. The court can give all of their judgments and pronouncement and all of that. The people is the problem. How many people actually follow what the court? I've seen issues like this where the court gave an injunction, judgment, you pay this alimony, you pay this, and they don't follow up. And after a while, the person said that is supposed to be collecting is tired of going back to the court to say he's not paying. He's not paying.
Is it just the financial obligation? I feel that sometimes we want to have an identity. She wants to know. She wants to be validated that I have a father. Do you understand? It's different from saying you are nobody.
But I don't even think the court can force a relationship. They may force financial obligation. So he shows up for her financially, but they cannot force him to bond or have a relationship.
She's not a nobody, according to how she's feeling now. She has a father somewhere.
If you have a father and your father rejects you, do you still have a father? Because it's based on you have a father as long as you have been accepted.
What about the stigma
into the name? No, leave stigma.
She's talking about.
You have a father as long as you have been accepted into the family, and the name is about the name. If I say no, you are not my daughter, and I'm claiming you are claiming on your own. So it's the acceptance we need to work on. Will Davido finally accept if this comes out? They do another DNA and he's the child. Will he accept that? Okay, I may not be close to you. I may not have the time. I have other obligations. I may not come to you and all of that. But, okay, I am your father. Once he says that, she can go with the name. If he says, no, I am not your father, even if DNA does positive, no law can make him put his name by her. No law can do that.
So that's just it.
So, like, I see a situation. I see a situation. If this is just scenarios you're making up. He turns out to be her father, and then there's a party being thrown at the Adeleke's house, and she's not invited. I think it would be even more glaring in that place. If, in that situation. If the DNA comes out and everyone say, oh, so he's her father, but he doesn't invite her for events like this. He doesn't take pictures with her. Do you understand? I feel that the trauma will even be much more than trying to decide whether he's her father or not.
So that's a case of full-blown rejection. And that's why mothers from our mother's time, before they go and start saying, let this person accept this child, they are sure that the person will accept. Many people have lived their lives, nothing has stopped, they don't know their fathers. Nothing changed, their destiny was glorious, because the mother just knew that this person that I had something to do with, they are mad in their family. I don't want to expose my child to this trauma. And they protect that child. I think this lady has failed to do that.
Yeah, so somebody, there's a comment, somebody wrote that, Ramatu, you protect your child by lying to your child. Yes, I will with my full chest to protect my child. I can do anything to protect my child. Did anybody help me 9 months when I was carrying that child? All the stress and everything, especially someone like me that I go through hell. I'll raise my child. I'll protect my child. Any lie that I can lie to make my child feel okay, comfortable. Please.
Till she's of
till she's at the right age where she can be able
what age would have been the best age?
In fact, when she's like 21.
Yeah, like
even 18 is still a child, because my child is 18 and she still behaves like a child.
No,
so till like 21.
16 pay.
It depends on the maturity of the child.
Can I say 16, especially if you're dealing with someone who is well known? So if you had told the person a lie for a while, this is somebody that is well known. Stories may filter in here and there. I'll make sure I protect my child before that child is going into the world. For me, I feel that
I will look at the maturity of the child. There are children that mature early who have a better understanding. There are children that are just children. That information may just change the trajectory.
But there is, you people say it now, there has to be a way age appropriate way of introducing that kind of conversation.
Generally, I think you should just wait till when the child is like 21.
But I think one thing we've not talked about, have you people seen all those paternity courts?
Yes, those shows. Yes, it's interesting.
Yes.
And when there's one that the woman will tell the story, you would lay down your life with her.
She's telling the truth.
That she's telling the truth. And the person standing is the father, and then the test comes out. And then they say he's not the father. And then she says, oh, okay, that's true. There was one other person I met, but it was just for 2 minutes.
But there was one I watched, actually. That one, he was not happy. He cried because when the result came out and they told him he wasn't the father of that child, he was so upset and all. And then at the end of the day, he now told the court that can he adopt the child? You understand? You see those kind of things.
They used to tell us in the olden days that a woman knows the father of the child. These days I'm beginning to doubt it from the things that I'm seeing. Because if you've had sexual relations with like 3 people at the same period of your ovulation, there's no way you will know the father of your child. 1 week. And that's what causes all of this. You're not pointing, Mr. John came that day. Then the evening, and that's all Mr. Joseph. Then Emeka entered like, you're not, oh God help us.
That is why if we follow what God says, abstain, be this, wait till this, it saves a whole lot. But when you decide that you want to follow Shaitan, this is the problem.
So that is one part of the conversation, talking about how we behave behave ourselves. This is a message to young people. Behave yourself, protect yourself. Protect yourself. Now you may not see the implication or the impact, but in future it will affect you. But then the second part of the story is also that there are people who may be out to get you. So we need to also prepare our children who are going out into the world, who end up being successful, on how to protect themselves from people who take advantage of the positions that they that they've worked hard to get there. And also a message, I think I'm hearing this recurring. Hassan has made this thing more than twice now, where he's talking about this new wave of women who have decided to just sit back, wait for men who are doing well, and then latch on to them and decide that this person is going to be the one that is going to be paying
for the rest of
my bills, or as long as I have this child. Or somebody like this who is claiming allegedly that somebody is the father of her child, even though 5 DNA tests have proven that she's not. You know, so there are different parts of this story.
What Hassan has said is the truth, and it didn't just start today. It's been from time immemorial, right? We will always have bad people. We'll always have lazy people. We'll always have people who want to take advantage of the kind heart and goodness of other people. We'll always have people who are constantly hatching. And growing up, we used to have mothers that would tell their daughter, that person, get belly for him now. Yes, have you forgotten? Get belly for him.
Have you forgotten? I was not here.
You grew up in that era. That's what I'm saying. Hold on, get pregnant for this person. Tie him down with this pregnancy. So he's doing well. You don't even need to stress yourself. We will always have those people.
Yeah.
But we need to begin to take accountability for ourselves and the people around us. We can preach to the world, but everybody at the end of the day has a choice to choose whether to be bad or good, to do right or do bad. But you, the people around you, what are you showing to the younger people? How are you empowering your young people? You can take care of yourself. You can hone your skill. You can do your work. You don't have to wait for somebody to now be the one paying your bills. You can pay. There's pride in spending your own money. There's pride in doing things for yourself. Even if I have my own money just to save it, so that I don't like spending my own. I want to save my own. But the fact that I have my own, and I can, there's what they call vex money. I can vex and say, Mr. Uche, I'm taking a trip and I'm paying for it. I can vex and do that, right? It gives you that sense of accomplishment as a human being. So if we can do that, we will limit, we will not end, because we will always have bad people. As long as there's sun during the day, there's moon at night, yin and yang, we will always have people who choose the other side.
Well said. Hassan also mentioned something where he also said, I agree with this, but he also mentioned something where he also said that we should also be responsible for ourselves. Now, I'm just saying now, you have people that will want to take advantage of you, but you shouldn't put yourself in a position where people will take advantage of you. So you need to be cautious. You need to understand that I have a responsibility to myself. I have a responsibility to my future. Don't just say, I mean, anything that goes, money can sweep it under the carpet. Don't just say, oh, well, wherever, I can deny this person, I can do this. You need to start owning up, because there are so many other people now that are not, they are not yet stars, but they can be stars. And these are supposed to be their role model. They're supposed to be emulating this kind of people. So at the end of the day, let's just be mindful and know that every consequences has its own repercussion, no matter what. So I'm just going to stop there.
Okay, so for what he just said, I would say that
a
lot of women are not waiting anymore that much anymore. A lot of women are coming up, sitting up to make sure that they provide for themselves, they help themselves. So yeah, so let's hope that this thing will come out.
Yes. Okay, here.
Very well.
This person said, Yetunde, okay. That little girl is just a victim at Yetunde Onanike 4074. She said she missed Nimat. And then President Tosha said, I don't understand what some of you are saying. If the DNA is positive, why should Davido not accept it? Is it money that is the problem or what? Does anybody else want to?
Yetunde Sonaike also says, the girl should go to Justice Fumi in Ikeja. Such paternity cases are handled there. Davido must be compelled to do authentic DNA tests. That is a court of competent jurisdiction, and it is free. Okay, I think she should do that as well.
Just Reason 5868 said, if the DNA is positive, then Davido will be liable to provide for the child care.
Shade says, BC, advise your idol to go and do another DNA in Dubai. Did I tell you he's my idol?
How many DNAs will he do?
I don't even understand. I think Andrew says, my concern is for all the girls where they do kerewa.
And this one at Shade Alabi 9720 said, BC, can you confirm if really 5 DNA tests has been done? No matter your love for Davido, love him too. Please be empathic towards the girl.
What it concern me? I just gave my views.
There was a comment under this is someone that said, make I tag Dangote, make him come do DNA. So small as I am, that he may be his son. Because one time
it's not my business, so I had a job to do this morning, and I did it to the best of my ability. I'm not
thinking on stage like one son. I introduced him to the world.
You see, and that was another case. But we've come to the end of the show. Thank you so much, ladies, and to our viewers. Thank you for joining us. YouTube community, thank you for always sending us your comments. We appreciate it. And now that's all we can do. So we're done for today. We have don't forget to join the Pigeon Ladies tomorrow for another hot version, Pigeon version of Your View. Bye.
Bye.